I want to discuss the concept of time value of money, specifically future value. Time value of money is the concept that money received today is worth more than an equal amount received sometime in the future. Why? Well, because interest can be earned on that money, and so it's going to grow to a larger amount in the future. Why do we care? Well, when we deposit money in the bank, we'd like to know how much it'll be worth in the future. So if we're depositing amounts of money in the bank over a number of periods, we'd like to know what the total will be at some point in the future. Once all the cash flows are in the same time period, we can just add them up to compute the value at some point in time. And this can be very valuable. You're saving for your retirement, or you're saving for a down payment on a house, or to purchase something. So you'd like to know how much you'll have in the bank in 5 years or 10 years. So suppose you deposit $100 today. How much will you have in the account in 5 years? We're going to refer to that $100 as the present value, and the amount it's worth in the 5 years as the future value. The future value is the amount you'll have in 5 years, and the amount of growth is determined by the interest rate. And the general formula here is the future value in time period t equals the present value times 1 plus the interest rate raised to the tth power, where the interest rate is in decimal form. So 12% would be 0.12, 6% would be 0.06. So if the interest rate is 10%, then the future value in time period 5 is going to be the present value times 1.10 raised to the 5th power. So if it's $100 you deposit in the account, at 10%, it's going to be $100 times 1.10 raised to the 5th power, or $161.05. Let's just verify that. So if we take 1.1 and we raise it, you hit the y to the x key to raise to a power, to the 5th power, we get 1.61051, and if we multiply it by 100, we can see even before we multiply, it's going to be $161.05. Okay, if you have a financial calculator, these formulas are already programmed in, and these keys here, N, I/Y, PV, PMT, and FV, are these time value of money function keys. Now to clear these, you shouldn't just hit CE/C, you have to hit second, and over the FV key it says CLR TVM, so it clears the time value of money things that you've typed in here. So how do we type this in? It's 5 for N. The interest rate is put in as a whole number in this Texas Instruments calculator. So we click I/Y, PV is 100, and we can hit CPT, which means compute, FV, we get 161.05. So just graphically, what you're doing is you're taking this $100 and you're moving it out 5 periods into the future. Okay, each year you're going to get 10% interest. So in year 1, this will be worth $110. In year 2, you're going to get 10% of the 110, so then you're going to have more than $10 in interest, and it's going to keep growing, and the final total in year 5 will be 161.05. Suppose we make more than one deposit. Suppose today we deposit the $100, and we deposit $120 in year 3. What's the future value of these cash flows in year 5? Well, what we need to do is find the the future value of each one of these cash flows in year 5 and just add them up. So we already did this one, 100 times 1.05 to the 5th power. Now this is only, the $120 is only raised to 1.10 to the 2nd power because you're in year 3, so you only have to go out 2 periods, to year 4 and then year 5. And if you do that, we get 306.25. All right, I have a little visual here. All right, this is going the full 5 periods, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. but this cash flow in year 3 only goes out 2 periods. Let's make sure this is 145.20. All right, so we will go 1.1 raised to the second power times 120. We get 145.20, so that looks correct if we add that up. Okay, 306.25 is how much you'll have in your account. So the general formula is, again, you find the future value. If you want the future value in time period T, you find the future value of the first cash flow in time period T. That goes for the full T periods. The second cash flow only goes for T minus 1 periods, okay, because it's 1 period closer to time period T, and so on and so on and so on. And the final cash flow, once we deposit it, we just add it in. Okay, so we just add these up. And this is a powerful concept because it allows us to compute how much we'll have saved for retirement or for our kids' college education. Once we find the future value, we can use the concept of present value to determine how much we can take out of the account when we're retired or when our child is in college.